So yesterday was a very exciting day around here. I received a special delivery from my good friends over at Revv, and you might wonder what it was. I was very excited about this new product from the minute it was announced, and I finally have one. I haven't even looked at it yet. You might be wondering what I'm talking about. Well, I am talking about this guy, and I don't know if that's going to come into focus here at all. But this is the new Shawn Tubbs Tilt Overdrive, made right here in the Great White North in Canada. And I happen to have serial number 837, and I'm super happy to have this. Haven't even opened it up, haven't even looked at it yet. I wanted to do that along with you folks, let you see how this comes and what's in the box and what it's all about. And then we are going to take it through its paces in a couple of different ways. I thought the most obvious way would be to plug it into my Revv generator amp, but I thought, nah, you know what? I have a feeling a lot of folks watching my channel are going to be guitar modeler users, specifically the Helix, and a lot of folks like to add really wonderful overdrive pedals to their modeling rig. So I thought I'm going to try this with two different setups. I'm going to first of all try it with the Helix in a couple various scenarios, and I'm also going to try it with my Two Notes Torpedo C.A.B M Plus and see if it could be kind of an all-in-one rig utilizing this great new pedal from Shawn Tubbs and Revv. So let's take a look first of all what's in the box. Okay, like I mentioned, I haven't even opened this up yet. So this is the nice little pedal box we get. We see we have our little barcode and our serial number on the side here. So let's crack this open. So that little flap just opens up. We get a nice little pack of Sour Patch Kids. That's always a good thing when you receive a new pedal. I'll put those aside for later. And we have our little manual right here. This is going to give us a quick lowdown on what is happening inside of the pedal. We won't go into that too much because I'm going to show you that as we use it. I think I have a pretty good handle about this. I did some research about how the pedal works before I even got it. So what actually comes in the box? Well, there's the pedal itself. I'm going to put that down for a second. Got a really cool Revv sticker here that I have a bunch of already. And we have a merch discount, 20% off merch discount as a thank you from the folks over at Revv. So very cool. You can buy shirts and whatnot there. We get our little rubber feet that we want, if we want to affix that, if we're going to use it sort of as a tabletop version. And we get a really cool, what does this say here? Tilt Overdrive guitar pick with Shawn Tubbs autograph signature on the back of it. So very, very cool stuff. Nice box. I'm going to put all of that away. All right. So the pedal comes in this beautiful velvety bag, again, with Shawn's signature on it. And let's get to the good stuff here. Let's pull that out. Nothing else in the bag other than that, I don't believe. Nope, there it is. And there we have it. The Tilt Overdrive. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So let's just go through the controls. We can see here that we have our guitar input and output up here on the top, as well as our plug for our AC adapter. We have, from the left side of the pedal to the right, we have our drive on off and we have a boost on off. So there's a really cool boost feature on this pedal. We have treble, bass, for the overdrive, to EQ the overdrive how we like. We have a volume output control and we have a gain control, which is going to give us how much saturation we have. You can see that there. Now, when we engage the boost, we have a few other features. We have the output level of the boost, so we can actually have this kick our volume up, but we also have one of the coolest features, and what I found to be most exciting about this was the tilted knob, which is going to simultaneously reduce bass and boost treble. It's like a tilt EQ, and anybody who watches my Helix videos knows I'm a huge fan of using either a high and low shelf EQ in that manner, boosting some highs above a certain frequency and cutting some lows below, or even just using the tilt EQ that they have in the Helix. So this is going to give us that ability to kind of dial that in as we engage the boost, so that if we boost the volume up, we may get a buildup of low end and we can kind of control that a little bit better. And one more way is we have a tight control as well. My finger might have been covering that. I don't know if this is coming through anyways. And it has three positions. We have normal, which is just flat. We have full, which gives kind of a cut to the lows and a boost to the highs from what I can tell from the little graphic here. And also we have half, which is just a different shape of tone shaping, we shall call it. Also, when we take a look around the pedal, we see we just have the nice little Revv logo on the back. And again, we have Shawn's signature here, kind of faint for the camera, depending on what angle I get it at, on the bottom. Beautifully made, as I would expect from the folks at Revv. I've had a bunch of their gear. I'm so happy to be affiliated with them. They're such an amazing company. Fellow Canadians, gotta love it. And this is just built like a tank, I can tell already. Switches are beautiful. The silent style switches, knobs are beautiful, smooth, really well built. But we can look at this all day long. The most important thing is, how does this sound? I'm going to go away now and I'm going to get this all set up so that I'm going to be able to show you guys some examples of what we can do with this, and we'll try to get as many different tones out of this as we possibly can. All right, so here we are over in HX Edit, and I just wanted to start here to show you what the bass tone is that I'm using to showcase the new Tilt Overdrive. So what I have here is I just picked a Placator Clean amp model, which is a model of a Friedman BE100's clean channel. And I have that going through a 412 greenback with a 160 ribbon mic, 5 inches back. These are the settings. I put just a dab of the dynamic room reverb on just so it wasn't going to be bone dry. And this little preset sounds like this. All right, so that's what our starting point is. So we don't really need to see this anymore. Now let's get the Tilt Overdrive up on the screen. I hope that this is coming out clearly. I was having a bit of a tough time getting a good camera angle. But again, what we have here, I'm going to try to keep my hands out of the way, but they may get in the way when I'm making some adjustments. We have treble, we have bass, volume, and gain on the drive side, and then we have our boost and our tilted EQ knob and our tight control, with the middle setting being the flat. And then we have our drive and our boost down here. So right now it's off, as you heard. So starting with everything just on noon, we're going to engage the drive function and just see what comes of this. It's the first time I'm listening to this myself. So let's engage that and take a listen. Now I'm on my bridge pickup on my Vigier GV Woodwith P90 pickups, and I love the sound of this guitar. I thought it would be a nice one to showcase the tones we can get here. Again, with the Tilt Overdrive off. All right, really nice stuff. Let's see what the treble and bass controls do. I'll leave the gain there for now. Let's bring the treble all the way down. See how responsive these controls are? Obviously, cranking the treble is going to give us very bright sound. Let's go to the bass control. We'll bring it all the way down. And we'll go all the way up. So very usable range on all of those. Sounds really nice here just with everything up at noon. I really like it because I can just give a little tiny tweak like I did, a little bit more bass, a little bit less treble, and I'm really liking what that did to the tone right there. Very nice. Let's see what the gain range is like. Let's go way down to maybe like 9 o'clock. Again, comparing that to with it off, this is the bass clean tone. Really liking that. Okay, let's go to another extreme here. Let's bring this up to around the 3 o'clock position. I'll bring that volume back down. And we'll go all the way up with that. Really nice stuff. Let's bring both the treble and bass back to noon. This is a great pedal. Again, just to give you an idea of what we started with. It's also very touch sensitive and cleans up very nice if I roll my volume knob back off. Very nice. Okay, so we'll dial that back just a hair. I just love the way that all of the range of the controls are very usable. Nothing gets too crazy. I don't know if I would maybe ever have that treble cranked, but the rest of the controls, very, very usable range on them all. So very nice. So let's put this boost in now. You'll notice I have the tilted at noon. Now, they do mention in the manual that the tilted control is its most natural state at the 3 o'clock position. So let's put that there. And I have the tight switch set to normal and the boost at 12. So here it is without the boost. Let's try just boosting the boost and see how much boost we actually have. Beautiful toner of this pedal. I'm really, really liking it. You can tell I don't want to stop noodling and playing around with it. Okay, so let's bring that drive back up a little bit. Now let's see what this tilted control actually does. We'll go to extremes. That's a really nice setting. That natural position of 3 o'clock really cleans up the bottom end and some of that maybe mud that we could have because we've boosted the signal, and it just kind of balances it off. Really, really nice. So here it is without the boost. Even though we get that volume boost, the bottom end stays nice and tight. So let's keep those settings, and then we'll check out what this tight control does. Let's go from normal on flat that we're at now, and we'll go to the full setting. Now we'll check out the half setting. So just designed to tighten up that low end, and it seems to work quite nicely. Now, one other thing I want to try with this is I want to come back over here and I'm going to take a different amp model altogether in the Helix. And I'm going to maybe pick, well, let's do this. We have the Rev Gen Red channel. So let's choose that. I'm going to switch it out to a cab. I kind of prefer, put on a mic I like a little bit better. So we're going to bring this over here. Let's see what this just sounds like. So on that 412 Greenback 25 with the 160 ribbon mic, sounds kind of nice with just those stock settings. So if we already have a high gain amp like this, could we maybe use the tilt overdrive to just tighten that up? So I'm going to bring the gain way back here, and let's just actually engage that and see what we have. I think where this is going to get really interesting is let's keep a lower gain like that. We'll keep everything at 12 o'clock, but let's engage the boost function. See if we can use that tilt EQ and tight switch to kind of tighten the sound of this up and maybe just add a little something to it that maybe we could always use as just like an always on tone shaper style pedal as well. Now, another neat feature in this is if we hold down the drive button for 1.5 seconds, what it'll do is it will shift both the boost and the drive off at the same time and turn them both on at the same time as well. So that's a nice little hidden switching feature we have. So we can play around a lot with that, even with a high gain amp. Now let's switch this over and check it out with my Two Notes Audio Engineering C.A.B M Plus. Shall we call it amp DI, IR loader, direct box, whatever you want to call it. It even has a clean preamp and power app section built into it. So we see up here with the Torpedo remote software, I've chosen a Revv 212 open back cab, and I've mic'd it with a 121 ribbon. I have the preamp and power amp I tweaked a little bit just to get a nice little clean tone out of it that sounds like this. Added a little bit of plate reverb to it so it's not so dry. So that is just my Vigier GV Wood guitar straight in with these settings into the C.A.B M Plus, a really amazing little unit. Now let's see what it sounds like with all our controls back at 12 if we engage the Tilt Overdrive. Again, nice stuff. All right, let's bring that gain back a little bit. We'll engage the boost again with a little bit of that tilt EQ backing off. We're still in the normal tightness setting. And obviously we could test out different cabinets here. I have the open back 212. I could go to something like a Victory Kraken 212 that I have. And obviously the different IRs that you choose are going to change the sound quite dramatically. We could go to Revv 412 with Vintage 30. So really we could experiment a lot with that. We'll try a couple of the other tightness settings. So lots of options, and I just wanted to let you hear it with another modeling setup as well. You might also ask how it sounds with different pickups. So here is my Vigier Expert Strat style guitar, 3 single coil pickups in it on the bridge pickup. Or even straight humbucker pickups on my Vigier GV Wood semi-hollow body. All right, so there you have it. Sorry for all the mindless noodling, but I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to hear some different settings on that. Obviously, I could never go through all the possibilities in one video without it being about 10 hours long, but I did want to kind of look at the extreme settings, give you an idea what this sounds like with some modeling solutions, which is a way I think a lot of folks might end up using this. I mean, obviously we could use them in any capacity that works for us, but I thought for the viewers of my channel who are very much modeling based, they would probably want to hear this with the Helix. And I also threw in the Two Notes C.A.B M Plus as a little bonus just to give you an idea of what we can tweak with that. And obviously within the Helix and within the C.A.B M Plus, there's tons of tweakability there, which will allow us to further exploit the possibilities from the amazing Tilt Overdrive. So I just wanted to say a huge congrats to Shawn Tubbs. That's amazing that you have this signature pedal out. I'm super happy for you. Congrats to the fellows at Revv. I think you guys knocked it out of the park, and this is a fabulous addition to anybody's pedal board. If you guys want to take a look, you can go over to the Revv website. I'll put a link below to where you can get your own, to where you can find out more about the Tilt Overdrive. And also, I did purchase this. The folks at Revv were kind enough to give me a little bit of a discount just so everybody knows how I got it. I wasn't given it to it or paid to do this. I was literally reacting to this for the first time, as some of you probably were as well, if you haven't already watched any of the other amazing demos that are out there for it. So if this is something that interests you guys, definitely go check it out and support the fine folks over at Revv Amps who are making some really fabulous gear. And I can't wait to see what they have up their sleeves next. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please like the video, share it with anybody who you think would get some enjoyment out of watching it. Also, please subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell notification to get notified when I put new content out. I'll be back really soon with some more. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Ciao for now.